Hello everybody, my name is Jay Hill. Welcome to Black Desert Online, or what my friends and family like to call it, fucking stupid. Today I'm going to answer the question of what to do on the season server after early graduation, or you just regularly roll over your graduation whenever the season decides to end. Or if you're a new player and you're looking lost, you can look to this video and I'm sure there'll be a few things that you might find useful. So when you're ready to head off of the season server, you make sure that you're happy with all of your gear. Is it all up to pen? Or maybe it's not. It's all up to you. I can't decide where you graduate your gear at, but it might be smart if you're a completely new player to enhance it to pen, as if you have all pen gear, that's pretty much just the soft cap for the game. And make sure you've spent all your event snowflakes and the morning flowers. You can still wait a little bit to do this. I think even after the season ends you might be able to spend these, but if you're happy with what you got, you're going to want to head over to Fugar and talk to him, and then you can complete the early graduation quest he will give you. But from there on, you'll pretty much be straight into the world of Black Desert, and you'll be ready to take on whatever it throws at you, sort of. So the first thing you're going to want to look into when you're just starting from new again on the regular servers is you're going to make sure you're in the guild you want to be in, as some guilds are different from each other, like they do PvP stuff versus life scaling stuff. Or if you're already in a guild and you're not happy with it, just leave it, join a new one, and start making some friends. Or you can press P and look at all the many life skills you can do in this game. As you can see, there's an abundance of content in this game. It's actually crazy, all the shit you can do. I personally like to farm in this game. It's pretty simple and easy. All you have to do is you need to buy a fence from this man in Heidel. And then where I placed it was right over here at the farm. Or if you live in a different city, if you live in Heidel, I placed a farm back here before. But for me, I live in Velia, so I put it right here by the Logia farm. Or if you really want, you could go somewhere over here. Just this place doesn't have any mobs. I guess it just has some grass beetles or whatever. Farming also gives you some good silver if you do the right stuff. As you can see here, I planted some special hump mushrooms for farming. But something I also like to do as life skill is I enjoy horse training. Also, something you should really just get going if you're a completely new person is you should start your worker empire. So if you go to the map and then go down to this little pickaxe here, you click it, you can see I got all these workers doing their shit. And the best thing is, all they require to do the work is beer. So you just go over to the central market. Go ahead and purchase yourself some beer. I'll show you how to get workers too. But if you already have workers, I'm gonna go ahead. You recover all, and all their hunger bars are filled. And the way you actually get workers to start working is once you have a contribution invested into a city, and you have workers around that city. I'll show you how to get the workers first. So here we are at the worker supervisor in Heidel. If you press the find NPC button, I think you scroll down, you press a worker, you'll find the nearest one to you. So you go ahead, you talk to him, and you'll be doing contract workers. So for you, after you press yes, it should pop up with workers that you can hire. And it starts with, I think, silver, green. They all have different outlines. So these are the skilled workers. I have some, I don't know how to say that. You can get these from this guy right here, and after a while, when they level up, you will have an option to level up these workers. So how you put them to work is, you can see that I have them working and I have these pickaxes around all these nodes here. So if you clicked on like this whatever, Costa Farm, you clicked on it, and there's various things you can make your workers do here. But you also have to invest contribution into the, I already have contribution in this one, so I click it, I select the worker I want to do the work. Now I think if you purchase workers in Velia, and if you want them to say like go all the way over here, you need to like connect the nodes to each other for them to travel that way. But if you just have workers in Velia, then you can just invest some contribution into like right there. Let's see, I have one in Velia. Then he started working. He's getting those potatoes for me. Good boy. So you do that. That's pretty much just free money for you. Like this, the beer costs like next to nothing. You can buy beer. You can press the M key. You can go to workers and you can press a few buttons, and once you select all your workers to work somewhere and you have like a bunch of them, you can eventually just start pressing repeat all, so you don't have to go individually and just, you know, select, oh, this guy's gotta work here, this guy's gotta work here. It's all pretty easy, along with farming and along with horse training. But I just thought I'd show you the two easiest ones you can do just to make some pretty easy passive income. So also things you can start doing when you're first getting into the game, if you haven't already, I'm sure you have, just start grinding places for money. I find myself a lot in this game just not really knowing what to do, because I enhance a lot, so I mess with the RNG system, and then when I just have nothing to do, I just stand there and I get pretty bored. But what you really should be doing is you should start grinding places during that free time to get some money. So Helm's Post has some pretty good loot, I hear, along with some of these other low AP places. You can get Pilafay scrolls that sell for well, or you could just do them and then you could sell the memory fragments on the central market. Or over here is a pretty good place. A lot of people like to PvP here, but if you're still on the season servers, you won't have to deal with the PvP. You'll just have to deal with people not knowing what a rotation is. Also, if you haven't been familiar with all these Dark Rift boss, you should be doing them. If you're like me and you have some decent gear, or if you had all pen gear on the season server, it's pretty much equivalent to Tet boss gear. But these bosses give you some pretty good loot, some pretty good stuff that you can use down the line or just instantly. A lot of these have RNG boxes that you can get some good stuff, or you could just get the usual crown stone in, but it's all worth your time. I personally don't do world bosses that much, even though I should. But if you're unfamiliar with some of the world bosses, which if you've completed the season pass, I'm sure you're familiar with the world bosses, but if you didn't already know, there is a Discord for world bosses that actually shows you everything you need to know about them. So it shows you how long it is until a world boss, or if in their window, if they're in the window or not. So that's some pretty good information. Do what you will with it. So yeah, I hope you guys like this more informative video here. I'm sure if you're just someone who is getting back into this game, you probably knew a lot of these, but for more of the completely new players, I doubt they really knew about some of these things. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a like, a follow, a subscribe. The follow is for Twitter, because I sometimes do stuff on there. But anyways, goodbye.